Hello everyone. In this video I will show you how to run a simple MapReduce word count program in the AWS EMR cluster. So I have everything ready. So in the 454 data bucket, I have created a folder called data, and inside that data I have a file called parameters.txt. I can show you that file real quick. So this is the file this is the data that the file parameters.txt have. So I have that, and I also created a program for the word count, and I converted that program into a jar file, and I uploaded that jar file to the to my data bucket. Also, my cluster is running on my local machine, so now I can access the S3 bucket. We can do that by say S3 454 data bucket. So with the command called AWS S3 ls followed by S3 :/454 data bucket, I can access the files inside my data bucket. So to run my jar file, I want to move my mr word count .jar file to the master node. So we can do that by the command called AWS S3 cp, then followed by S3 :/454 data bucket /mr word count .jar followed by dot. So this dot represent it moves the mr word count .jar file to the current working directory. So now it got downloaded. So if you give ls, you can see the mr word count .jar file. Now we can simply execute it with the command hadoop jar, then the jar file name mr word count .jar followed by the class name. I created a package called org.wc, then the word count. So I have to give like org.wc.word count. That's the main class name. Followed by the it takes two arguments. The first argument is the input file path. So now we have the input file path in S3. We can give it like S3 : bucket name 454 data bucket /data folder /parameters.txt followed by the output path. So in the master node there are some folders. So one of those folders is user /hadoop then the output folder name. It is say word count output. So these folders are like the softwares that you asked AWS to install. So I asked Hadoop. I asked the AWS to install Hadoop, Spark, Pig, and Hive. So they created one folder for each. So now I will execute this command. It started executing. Okay, now we have the output. So say if we want to look at our output, we can use it by, we can uh, see it by Hadoop fs-ls user Hadoop slash. So you can see our output is ready. wc output. So you can see that we have the output file split into 3 different partitions. Let's see one of those. So you can see that the word count worked perfectly. It counted each and every word in the even file. Okay, now we have output in the cluster. So what if we want those output to be stored in S3? So to that, you can run the jar file in a way that it can store the output directly to the S3 instead of wasting memory in the wasting the space in the master node. So to that, I just edited the command. So I gave the input S3 454 data bucket data parameters.txt, and the output also I gave like S3 454 data bucket and the word count output. So let's see what happens now. So I can go to S3. Okay, the execution is over. Let's just refresh it. You can see the now we can have the word count outputs. So you can see the same 3 partition outputs. You can very well download these to your local machine. So as I said earlier, after completing your execution, just delete everything I have created. So I've created a jar file. So I'm going to remove it. It's rm mr word count jar. Now I don't have any mr word counts, so I can simply close this terminal. Similarly, go to the EMR, terminate your cluster, but make sure that your execution and all over. So if you terminate your cluster before your execution ends, then you will lose everything and you cannot access them back. Similarly, I need to empty my my S3. Go to more and click on delete. So by doing this, we can make sure that we are not going to be charged more amount. So this is how you have to run your jobs in the AWS cluster. Thank you.